ठीक है। सो इन लास्ट लेक्चर हमने क्या डिस्कस किया था? वी हैव डिस्कस द सिंथेसिस ऑफ थायराइड हार्मोन एंड वी हैव डिस्कस द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन ऑफ थायराइड हार्मोन। उसमें किसी को डाउट है इन सिंथेसिस? आर यू हैविंग एनी डाउट? Because see, the whole chapter depends upon the synthesis of thyroid hormone. अगर आपके thyroid agonist है, then they will act on that synthesis pathway only, and if they are thyroid antagonist, then also they will be acting on the same pathway. So if you want me to repeat that topic again, the synthesis, I will do that. So you can tell me, or should I proceed further? Yes, you can speak up. Unmute करके बताओ मुझे. Okay, ठीक है. I am repeating it. Then we will go for thyroid hormone. See. So the synthesis of thyroid hormone is as follows. So मैंने आपको starting में बताया था that if you will see the thyroid gland, I'll go to the previous one. Okay. If you will see the thyroid gland, it is located in the neck. Okay, in front of your trachea. अगर आप थायराइड ग्लैंड को एनलार्ज करके देखोगे देन यू विल सी दैट इट इज मेड अप ऑफ टू लोब्स विच यू कैन सी इट हियर. इट इज कनेक्टेड बाय इस्थमस. ओके, ये जो बीच में कनेक्टिंग पार्ट है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इस्थमस. एंड अगर आप थायराइड ग्लैंड को भी एनलार्ज करके देखोगे यू कैन सी द स्ट्रक्चर्स लाइक दिस. दीज येलो सर्कल्स आर एक्चुअली द थायराइड फॉलिकल्स. ओके, सो नाउ सी हाउ अ सिंगल थायराइड फॉलिकल लुक्स. इट लुक्स लाइक दिस. ओके, सो दिस इज अ सिंगल थायराइड फॉलिकल. आपको इसका स्ट्रक्चर याद रखना है. ओके, दिस येलो पार्ट, यहाँ पे जो आप येलो कलर का पार्ट देख रहे हो इट इज एक्चुअली द फॉलिकल. ऑन आउटर साइड इट कंटेन्स द कैपिलरीज एंड जो अंदर का पार्ट है दिस पिंक कलर दिस इज द कोलॉइड. सो द सिंथेसिस ऑफ थायराइड हार्मोन टेक्स प्लेस इन द कोलॉइड. अंडरस्टूड? नाउ वी गो टू दिस स्लाइड. सिंथेसिस ऑफ थायराइड हार्मोन्स. So this is the same structure. Okay, this is the structure of follicle. This is your blood capillary which is present on outer side. This is your colloid. Okay, which was present on inner side. तो ये आपका colloid है, ये आपका follicular cell है, and this is your blood capillary. Okay, now as you can see here, this blue colored structure, it is called as the sodium iodide symporter or NAI symporter. Why it is called as sodium iodide symporter? Because it causes the transport of sodium and iodide ions inside the follicle. इसका सिर्फ एक ही काम है. क्या काम है? To transport the sodium ions and iodide ions inside the follicular cells. Because all of you know that for synthesis of thyroid hormone we require iodine. Okay. Now see, it is also called as sodium iodide symporter. So this is your iodide ion. Okay, which is negatively charged. So in our blood large amount of iodide ions are present. So with the help of this pump, this iodide ion enters inside the follicular cell. But ये जो iodide ion है, it is not going alone. It goes along with sodium with the help of this symporter. Okay, that is why it is called as symporter. Symporter क्यों बोलते हैं हम इसको? Because along with iodide ion, sodium is also entering. Okay, now we see that. Now what will happen? This iodide ion will enter the colloid part from the follicular cell. Okay, have you understood? सबसे पहले ये iodide कहाँ पे था? कैपिलरी में था. With the help of this pump, it has entered inside the follicular cell. From the follicular cell, now it is moving inside the colloid. I have told you that synthesis of thyroid hormone takes place in colloid itself. Okay, now see what will happen. अभी ये जो iodide ion था follicular cell से कहाँ पे enter हो गया? Colloid cells में. Okay, now see the second step. What will happen? With the help of this Pendrin transporter pump, chloride ions will enter inside the follicular cell. जैसे ही iodide ion follicular cell से colloid में जाएगा, in exchange the chloride ions will enter inside the follicular cell. ये क्यों हो रहा है ये transport, ये exchange? इसलिए हो रहा है to balance the charges. And this transport, this exchange is taking place with the help of Pendrin. Pendrin is also a type of pump or transporter. जैसे ही आपका सोडियम आयोडाइड सिम्पोर्टर है उसी तरीके से पेंड्रिन इज ऑल्सो अ ट्रांसपोर्टर which help in the exchange of iodide ions and chloride ions. Okay, so this is your first part. Now see the second part. Thyroglobulin. Okay, thyroglobulin is synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum, because all of you know that any protein in our body, it is synthesized where? It is synthesized in endoplasmic reticulum, and from there it moves to the Golgi apparatus. Okay, and in Golgi apparatus it is packed. Okay, so you can see it here. ये जो बाहर का black outline है, it is the covering, and जो अंदर present है, that is the thyroglobulin. Okay, so this packaging is done in Golgi apparatus. Now what will happen? This thyroglobulin will move towards the follicular membrane. Understood? ये follicle के membrane के पास जाएगा, and after going here, it will fuse with the wall of the follicle, and as a result, the thyroglobulin will move outside from this capsule. You can see this. Okay, this is your capsule. Here you can see that thyroglobulin, which was earlier present inside, it will come out from here. Okay, so this is the second thing which will occur. Now, it will also come to the colloid. Now you can see here that in colloid you are having iodide ion and you are having the thyroglobulin also. Okay, now see what will happen next. This iodide ion will be oxidized. Are you getting? It will be oxidized to form it will undergo oxidation. This iodide ion will undergo oxidation in the presence of an enzyme called as thyroid peroxidase. Okay, just remember this, thyroid peroxidase, because this point is the mechanism of action of many anti-thyroid drugs. अगर आप ये चार्ट अच्छे से याद रखोगे ना, then it is easy to write thyroid drugs also, anti-thyroid drugs also. So what will happen? This iodide will undergo oxidation, and in the presence of thyroid peroxidase enzyme, it will be converted into iodine. Okay, and this iodine is required for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. Iodide ion से आपका thyroid hormone नहीं बनता है. It is iodine is required. Okay, not the iron. Now what will happen? This iodine will bind with the tyrosyl residue of thyroglobulin. Thyroglobulin, ये जो आप structure देख रहे हो, okay, this structure is this entire structure is called as thyroglobulin, and it contains various amino acids. Which amino acid is present? Tyrosyl. Okay, so ये जो iodine है वो किसके साथ bind होगा? Tyrosyl के साथ bind होगा, and where the tyrosyl is present? It is present in thyroglobulin. See this is the thyroglobulin. Okay, so now this iodine has bound to tyrosyl residue, and what will happen? There will be formation of MIT and DIT. What is MIT? Monoiodotyrosine and diiodotyrosine. Okay, so tyrosine है, tyrosine is present. If one iodine is added to that tyrosine, that will be called as MIT, and if two iodines are added to the tyrosine residue, it will form DIT, that is diiodotyrosine. Okay, but it is what? It is still a amino acid. Okay, it is still in association with the thyroglobulin. Understood? बट हमारा थायराइड हार्मोन कौन सा होता है? T3 एंड T4. अभी तक आपका T3 T4 नहीं बना है, अभी तक सिर्फ आपका MIT और DIT बना है. So now the coupling reaction will take place, and due to that coupling reaction T3 and T4 will be formed. What is the meaning of coupling? Coupling का मतलब होता है when two things combine to form a product. Are you getting? So आप you can just make it out. MIT में कितना आयोडीन है? एक आयोडीन है. DIT में कितने आयोडीन है? दो आयोडीन है. So if you couple one molecule of MIT and one molecule of DIT, you will get T3. See, it is mentioned here. If you take one MIT and one DIT, you will get T3, and if you take two DIT, you will get T4. Okay, but the issue is that still this thyroid hormone is not free. Okay, and all of you know that anything produces its action or pharmacological action when it is available in free form in blood. Okay, आपका T3 और T4 तो बन गया है, but still it is attached to thyroglobulin. Okay, so I think you have understood up till here कि thyroid hormone का synthesis कैसे होता है. Okay, in short, what you will write? First of all, you will write that sodium iodide transporter syn-porter is there, which help in uptake of iodide ion. This is the first step. This iodide ion will undergo oxidation in the presence of thyroid peroxidase enzyme to form iodine. Second, दूसरी जगह पे क्या हो रहा है? Thyroglobulin is formed. From that thyroglobulin will undergo packaging, and whenever it is required, that thyroglobulin will fuse with the follicular wall and cause the release of tyrosyl residue. Okay, and there will be binding of iodine with the tyrosyl residue to give MIT and DIT. Then they will couple together to form T3 and T4. Okay, now suppose karo your body requires thyroid hormones. Then as I told you, this T3 and T4 is not free. So अगर आपके blood में iodine thyroid hormone की requirement है, okay, then what will happen? A message will be sent to your hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will secrete which hormone? TRH, thyroid releasing hormone. Okay, that TRH will act on pituitary gland and it will cause the release of TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, and that TSH will come to the thyroid gland and it will cause the secretion of T3 and T4 from thyroid gland. Okay, now suppose करो एक message आया है कि pituitary gland से that there is requirement of thyroid hormones in the blood. Then what will happen? This T3 and T4 which is synthesized in the colloid, it will come back inside the follicular cell. Understood? वापस से ये जो आपका T3 T4 बना है along which is still attached to TGB, it will come inside the follicular cell. And now what will happen? You require free T3 and T4. Are you getting? But आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो capsule is present, thyroglobulin is present, but we need free T3 T4. Now what will happen? All of you know lysosome. Okay, it contains degradative enzymes. So now the lysosome will come. It will bind with this thyroglobulin, okay, which is containing T3 and T4. Now see this, the lysosome is binding with the thyroglobulin. Okay, now this lysosome, whatever content which is present, whatever enzyme which is present in the lysosome will enter inside the thyroglobulin and see. Understood? This yellow part पहले क्या था अंदर, you can see there was light color, it was not having the lysosomal enzymes. Now since the lysosome has fused with this, so all the degradative enzymes which were present in the lysosome, they will enter inside this. Okay, and now due to the degradative action of lysosome, okay, so this structure is called as endolysosome, which is containing what? Which is containing thyroglobulin also, which is containing lysosomal enzymes also, which is containing T3 and T4 also. Okay, now what will happen? There will be release of T3 and T4 due to the action of lysosome. Okay, now what will happen? One thing you have to remember, that T3 and T4, they cannot be transported on alone. Are you getting? Because they are not soluble in lipid. As our blood is what? It is having aqueous nature. Okay, whereas if you will see this thyroid hormones T3 and T4, they are what? They are lipid in nature. तो क्योंकि ये lipid in nature है, they will not be transported easily. So what they require? They require a transporter. Are you getting? ये खुद से नहीं जा सकते because they are lipid soluble. और हमारा blood क्या होता है? It is aqueous in nature. So now what will happen? A transporter molecule. ये जो yellow color का है, this is your T3, okay, and this is your T4. This green color triangle. Now what will happen? एक transporter आएगा और वो transporter TBG, okay, it is a transporter and it will attach to the T4. Understood? And now this T4 will be carried to the organs wherever it is required. Okay, T3 will also be carried in the same way. It is not shown here, but इसके साथ भी your transporter will be binding and it will be transported. Now from here you have to keep one thing in mind. सबसे ज़्यादा synthesis हमारी body में जो 90% circulating thyroid hormone होता है, that is T4. Okay, T4 को आप pro hormone भी बोल सकते हो. It can be asked in exams कि T3 और T4 में से which one is the pro hormone. So T4 is the pro hormone. T4 is present in 90% quantity in our blood. But if you will see potency wise, then T3 is 5 to 10 times more potent than T4. Understood? So now what will happen? This T4, what happens in peripheral tissues? In peripheral tissues, this T4 is converted into T3 and then it is utilized. So अगर आपको कोई क्वेश्चन पूछेगा कि T3 and T4 both are there, okay, then why there is conversion of T4? So what will be your answer? Because T4 जो होता है, it is not as potent as T3. तो हमारे body के cells क्या करते हैं? they convert this T4 into T3 and then it is utilized by our body cells. So now you can see the next slide where this T4 will go. Now this T4 अभी ये इसके साथ okay. Now this is your T4. T4 आ गया blood में से with the help of transporters. Now the T4 is traveling and it is reaching to a plasma membrane. This is your plasma membrane. T4 release हो गया blood में and with the transporter protein it is coming to your plasma membrane. Now this T4 will enter inside the plasma membrane. Okay, so this part is the mechanism of action. कि T4 जब एक बार plasma membrane के पास आएगा, it will enter inside the plasma membrane and as I told you, it will be first converted into T3 because T3 is more potent and with the help of which enzyme? Monodeiodinase. Okay, now what is monodeiodinase? All of you know T3 के अंदर ट्राईआयोडोथायरोनिन होता है, ओके, एंड T4 के अंदर 4 आयोडीन होते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग? तो अगर आप T4 में से एक आयोडीन निकाल दोगे तो यू विल गेट T3. दैट इज व्हाई it is written as mono. You are removing one iodine from the T4 to get T3. Okay, now where this T3 will go? This T3 will go and it will bind with the thyroid hormone receptor, which is a nuclear receptor which is present inside the nucleus. Now what will happen? This T3 will bind to this receptor and directly it will go and bind with the thyroid response element which is present on your DNA. Okay, so this all the hormones which are producing their action, they are producing their action by causing transcription or translation. Okay, now what will happen? You can see T4 is converted into T3 with the help of this enzyme. This T3 has entered inside the nucleus. It has bound to your receptor and this complex, thyroid hormone receptor complex, will go and bind with the DNA. Now the part of DNA to which this complex binds is called as the thyroid response element. Okay, now after binding with this there will be transcription. Understood? What is transcription? Conversion of DNA into RNA. Now what will happen? This RNA will come out of the nucleus and there will be translation, that is synthesis of proteins. Okay, so this is how the thyroid hormones produce their action. Okay, so this is the mechanism of action. So in these two slides everything is covered. First part is covering your synthesis, second part is covering release, and this is the mechanism of action. Okay, now this all we have done. Now see, these are certain points which you have to remember. First of all, as I have told you, T4 is the major circulating hormone. Okay, why it is the major circulating hormone? मैंने आपको बताया 90% जो भी क्वांटिटी होती है थायराइड हार्मोन की ब्लड में, दैट इज T4 एंड नॉट द T3. सो व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज मोर बाउंड टू प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन्स. अंडरस्टूड? T4 ज्यादा बाउंड होता है प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन के साथ, दैट इज व्हाई इट्स concentration is in blood is more. Okay, next T3, this also I have told you that T3 is 5 times more potent than T4. Okay, now this point also we have covered that T4 is mainly the transport form, as I have told you, and 1/3 of circulating T4 is converted to T3 in various cells like kidney, liver and thyroid cells with the help of deiodinase enzyme. Okay, this also we have covered, and T3 is the active form. So this you have to remember कि T4 जो होता है it is the transport form of the thyroid hormone and T3 is the active form of thyroid hormone. Okay, see it will disconnect in some time, so you have to rejoin it. Now see, we have discussed the pharmacological action. It is responsible for growth and development. Then I have told you that if there is deficiency of thyroid hormones in fetal life or in early childhood, then it leads to cretinism. What is cretinism? Mental retardation plus physical retardation. Okay, both are there. And why there is mental retardation? Because I told you that thyroid hormones are required for myelination of neurons. Okay, नर्व को माइलिनेट करने के लिए थायराइड हार्मोन इज वेरी मच एसेंशियल एंड फॉर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ साइनेप्स. अगर आपके साइनेप्स प्रॉपर्ली डेवलप नहीं होंगे देन द इम्पल्स कंडक्शन विल नॉट बी प्रॉपर. ओके, एंड सेकेंड थिंग, इफ योर न्यूरॉन्स आर नॉट, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ माइलिनेशन? what is the difference between myelination and non-myelination? If a neuron is myelinated, the impulses will be conducted at a faster rate as compared to the nerve which is non-myelinated. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. Now, what is the major symptom of cretinism? Mental retardation. The person is mentally retarded. It means what? He will act slowly. The child will act slowly. Slowly क्यों काम करेगा? Because the impulses are not transmitted at a proper rate. And why the impulses are not transferred at a proper rate? Because of improper myelination or impaired myelination. Okay. Second है आपका metabolism. This it is required for all the metabolisms like lipid metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism and protein metabolism. Lipid metabolism में मैंने आपको बताया था that it causes lipolysis also and it causes lipogenesis also. Are you getting? अगर T3, T4 का level ज़्यादा है और you can say if a person is suffering from hyperthyroidism, then what will happen? There will be lipolysis. There will be breakdown of the fat which is present in our body. Okay, why there is lipolysis? So these are the reasons. Lipolytic hormones gets activated. Okay, जैसे ही T3, T4 का level हमारे blood में increase होता है, the level of the lipolytic hormones also increases. The level of the catecholamines also increases, and as a result, what will happen? There will be lipolysis. Okay, and next is if a person is suffering from, suppose करो, if a person is having hypothyroidism, then what will happen? See, it is mentioned here. Due to there will be increase in the level of fatty acid. Why there will be increase in the level of fatty acid? Because of inhibition of phosphodiesterase enzyme. Okay. Now what is phosphodiesterase enzyme? ये already आपने पहले पढ़ा होगा. Okay. See, all of you know that ATP is converted into AMP. Okay, cyclic AMP, and cyclic AMP is converted into 5-AMP. For the conversion of ATP into cyclic AMP, adenyl cyclase enzyme is required. And for the conversion of cyclic AMP into 5-AMP, this enzyme phosphodiesterase is required. Okay, so what is 5-AMP? It is the inactive form of cyclic AMP. Okay, or you can say it is the metabolic product of cyclic AMP. It is of no use in our body. So what is of use in our body? Cyclic AMP हमें चाहिए. Cyclic AMP के बहुत सारे functions होते हैं हमारी body में, like it causes relaxation. Are you getting? It causes relaxation. It increases the free fatty acid levels. Okay, and one thing you have to remember, since cyclic AMP is causing relaxation, it will also cause relaxation of bronchial smooth muscle, and that is why they are also used in the treatment of asthma. Okay, if you will see tea or coffee, जब किसी को बहुत ज़्यादा सर्दी होती है, they take tea. Okay, चाय क्यों पीते हैं? चाय में क्या होता है? थियोफाइलिन होता है. Okay, थियोफाइलिन is what? How it is providing relief in cough and cold? By causing relaxation of your bronchi and bronchioles. And why that relaxation occurs? That relaxation occurs due to increase in the level of cyclic AMP. And how you will increase the level of cyclic AMP? By inhibiting the phosphodiesterase enzyme. Understood? So अगर आपको यहाँ से सिर्फ इतना याद रखना है कि if a person is suffering from hyperthyroidism, then क्या होगा? Fat breakdown होगा. Fat breakdown क्यों होगा? Because of the increased lipolytic activity. Okay. Second point what you have to remember is अगर किसी को hypothyroidism है तो उसकी body में fat का level बढ़ेगा. क्यों बढ़ेगा? Due to increase in the cyclic AMP and inhibition of phosphodiesterase enzyme. So these 2 points you have to include. Okay. Now next is carbohydrate metabolism. I already told you that thyroid hormones increases the level of blood glucose by many ways. Okay, they enhance the glycolysis. Okay, they cause the glycogenolysis. Okay, they cause the gluconeogenesis. What is gluconeogenesis? Synthesis of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. What is glycogenolysis? That is the breakdown of glycogen. स्टोर्ड ग्लाइकोजन जो हमारे मसल्स में और हमारे लीवर में ग्लाइकोजन होता है उसको ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं एंड दे कन्वर्ट इट इनटू ग्लूकोज. सो एज ए रिजल्ट आप क्या बोल सकते हो? इफ अ पर्सन इज हैविंग थायराइड डिसऑर्डर देन व्हाट विल हैपन? इफ एंड इवन इफ व्हाट इज दैट कंडीशन कॉल्ड? इफ अ पर्सन इज हैविंग थायराइड डिसऑर्डर and is having hyperthyroidism, that you have to remember, then you will see that there will be a condition like diabetes which will develop in that person. So what you have to remember, अगर hyperthyroidism है तो diabetes हो सकता है. Understood? Now next is protein metabolism. So this all of you know that it causes increase in synthesis of certain protein, and major इसका action क्या है? If you are taking, see all the pharmacological actions which are mentioned here, they are mentioned in terms of hypo and hyperthyroidism. अगर आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो लिपिड मेटाबॉलिज्म में मैंने आपको बताया कि अगर हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म होगा तो लाइपोलाइसिस होगा, बट अगर हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म होगा तो लाइपोजेनेसिस होगा. आर यू गेटिंग? कार्बोहाइड्रेट में अगर आपको हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म है तो जितना भी ग्लूकोज है वो ब्रेक डाउन होगा, उसकी वजह से डायबिटिक कंडीशन विल अराइज. हाइपो होगा तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. नाउ प्रोटीन, इफ यू विल सी प्रोटीन मेटाबॉलिज्म, अगर आपको हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म है देन सिंथेसिस ऑफ प्रोटीन विल इंक्रीज, एंड अगर आपको हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म है देन द सिंथेसिस ऑफ प्रोटीन विल डिक्रीज, और यू कैन से द प्रोटीन विल बी कैटाबोलाइज्ड. अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू? सो what you understand from these things, you have to understand that if the level of thyroid hormone is more, there will be catabolism, there will be activation of catabolic process. जो भी चीजें हमारी बॉडी में स्टोर्ड है ना वो ब्रेक डाउन हो जाएंगी. दैट हैपेंस इन हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म, whereas in hypothyroidism increased synthesis of everything occurs. Are you getting? So अगर आप हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म का अगर पेशेंट देखते हो और हाइपर का देखते हो तो दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस दिखेगा? हाइपो वाला पेशेंट जो होगा वो ओवरवेट होगा, वो बहुत ही स्लगिश होगा, लेजी होगा, उसको नींद बहुत ज्यादा आएगी. आर यू गेटिंग? हार्ट रेट भी कम होगा. सो दैट विल बी हाइपोथायरॉयडिज्म बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज स्लोड डाउन. ओके, whereas if you will see a person suffering from hyperthyroidism, उसमें वो एकदम there will be wasting of muscles because all of you know our proteins are required for bodybuilding and everything. Okay, lipids are required. So everything will be broken down if a person is suffering from hyperthyroidism. As a result, there will be wasting of muscle. The person will be extremely thin. Okay, there will be increased heart. Everything will be increased. That you have to remember. Heart rate, force of contraction. And actually, if you will see, then hyperthyroidism is more dangerous than as compared to hypothyroidism. Are you getting? Because heart rate slow होगी. Person will be lazy in hypothyroidism, but he will not die. बट अगर किसी को हाइपरथायरॉयडिज्म है द पर्सन कैन डाई बिकॉज ऑफ एरिथमिया. आर यू गेटिंग? और हार्ट अटैक. सो दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ये पॉइंट्स आपको याद रखने हैं. देन सी इट हैज बीन सीन दैट इफ अ पर्सन इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम सी what is mentioned here, if yes the same point it is mentioned here that if there is hyperthyroidism there is weight loss. और वो वेट लॉस किसकी वजह से हो रहा है? T3 की वजह से हो रहा है बिकॉज T3 इज द एक्टिव फॉर्म. नाउ T4 in low concentration inhibit mucoprotein synthesis which accumulates in myxoedema. What is myxoedema? Hypothyroidism. Okay, hypothyroidism is myxoedema. तो अगर किसी को hypothyroidism होता है then what happens? The mucoprotein synthesis increases. As I told you, अगर hypothyroidism होगा तो हर चीज का synthesis increase होगा. Okay, now if there will be increase in the synthesis of mucoprotein, what will happen? What is mucoprotein? Muco means what? Mucus. Okay, so it is a type of polysaccharide जो जिसका accumulation हो जाता है बॉडी में when a person is suffering from hypothyroidism. So if you have to treat that mucoprotein level, increase mucoprotein level, then what you will have to do? You will have to give T4. T4 का एक प्रिपरेशन दे दो पेशेंट को so that जो भी म्यूकोप्रोटीन है उसका लेवल कम हो जाए. Okay, now there is one use of this.